Hey guys, welcome to another Trade Genius podcast. Bob and Phil here. What we've seen in the market is probably going to signal our blow-off move. We're going to talk about it in today's video. Let's dive in.
Tradgenius.
Okay, Bob, we saw a signal that we just don't normally see. I mean, just a handful of times in the last decade or two. And it's kind of interesting at the spot that it's occurring at here.
Yeah, we're going to show you a couple charts here, but there's a third chart we didn't get a chance to show you. It also showed you the large cap and equal weights have not been in this type of opposite correlation for 20 years. And so we're really getting to a point now, Phil, where we're in that blow-off rally. And throw the first chart up at here. I'm not sure what order you have it in. So this one here is showing you that we're getting a thrust in the small caps. And usually this precedes the end of a blow-off. And so we're just getting started here. And the interesting thing about it is a lot of energy names, a lot of commodity names, a lot of overly shorted names are in these small caps. And the reason why they're rising is because they're expecting the Fed to cut rates, take some of the pressure off their balance sheets. And so that signals that. But we also, this next chart here is really interesting too, because what's been carrying the market has been the AI revolution. You can't have an AI revolution. You can't be digging for gold if you don't have shovels. And so nobody's buying computer equipment. In fact, utilities are rising faster than, hardware index. So nobody's buying equipment to take advantage of all this software that these chips that NVIDIA and et cetera, are producing right now. And to me, Phil, that smells of a rotation. We're getting a bit of a sell-off now in the larger names. And I think we're going to be pushing into whenever that first Fed rate cut is. And then all of them go down together. What do you think? Hey everybody, it's Bob with Tradgenius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you have not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I do think this is the signal for the start of a blow-off move. I know we're getting a pullback today in the markets, but if you look at the way that the markets have been trending higher on a daily chart, this is the dip you typically want to buy. Now, if we don't hold this area this week and we start selling off further into next week, then we could have what I call a more broad sell, and that would typically mean that you're going to see something like 5 to 6% down from the highs, and that's where you get into like the weekly 9 EMA and things like that. So it could go lower, but you kind of have to take it one level at a time, and that level to dip by is around this area right now. So it might feel scary, might even push a little lower tomorrow, but we start to grind back up next week and establish a low. And remember, we've been kind of establishing a range, and then we get these big moves up and then establish a range and then get a big move up. We've done that twice already. Everyone questions whether or not the market's rolling over whenever we start rounding out these ranges. And I think we're just doing that again here for a third time. But I think that the duration in which we consolidate between these moves higher in the market are going to shrink. So like the last one lasted, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks. This one might only last a week. So that's kind of the behavior I'm looking for. So if we're not up next week, we may have a deeper sell, but until I see that, I think we're going to consolidate around here and push higher.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's so far we at the typical OPEX, right? Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday up, Wednesday, Thursday down. I'm looking for a reversal actually today into Friday. Not a big move, but enough to balance things out. Usually the fourth week of the month is negative, and so I wouldn't be surprised if any weakness next week. Then the first week in August is good per the GEX, but they say the second week of GEX is negative. So we could be in this market that looks a little bit like a cycle path here for the next 3 or 4 weeks before we then launch into the end of August and into September's Fed meeting. So a lot of it, I guess, is going to depend on what he says at the July meeting. But right now, it's a stock picker's market. I mean, look at ExxonMobil, Phil. It's actually absolutely en fuego, Oxy, en fuego. So there's definitely rotation happening here. And I think the Mag 7s are gonna be where they're going to take it out of its hide to provide the fuel for these other sectors and market size small caps to rally at this point. So guys, stay tuned. We think we're navigating it pretty well. So come check us out at tradelikeagenius.com. We'd like to see you in the room. Thanks, Phil.
Tradgenius.